is how can you maintain hope and avoid being discouraged when the answers to prayer seem delayed or denied? The way you can is realize, and I confessed to you last week, his thoughts are not our thoughts, neither are his ways our ways. God answers prayer, and we have no idea that he's even answered them because we're looking for God to address our petition. When through our petition, God is addressing his will. Say that again. We want God to address our petition, when the reality is God, through our petition, will address his will. The greatest example, and I got to move on here to today's lesson. Did you realize that Jesus would, when people asked him questions, oftentimes he would just like talk about something that seemingly had nothing to do with the question that they asked him? You realize that? Because through their petition, God's will was fulfilled by Jesus speaking those words. I want y'all to meditate on that. And at other times, you realize people ask Jesus a question, he doesn't even answer, right? So what I'm saying, saints, is a lot of times we get our petition to God. We'll ask God a question. We petition him, and God will go off and do something else that's according to his will, but he's used our petition in order to do it. And because his will fulfillment didn't match our petition, we think God is on some mess, and he's not. He's fulfilling it according to his wills. And next, embrace God's ongoing promise of making a way in the wilderness. And then thank God for the help and hope that he has provided in times of trial. And that last one, I want to address that before I go forward here. Thank God for the help and hope that he has provided in times of trial. What if the hope that God has given you and provided you with is just the comfort of prayer? Not that your prayer is going to be answered anytime soon, but that he's encouraged your heart through allowing you to pray at all. I don't know about you, but when it comes to decompressing, and I'm not saying my prayer life is all about decompressing because it's not, I found fewer assurances and fewer comforts in the time of trouble than being able to go to God. Not that God is going to answer at that moment, not that certainly he's going to answer it according to my petition, but that I have the comfort in knowing that I can take it to Jesus. And that comfort in times of trial can be the prayer itself, if not even deliverance from the trial. I said this, and I'll say it again, is that oftentimes we are headed into a storm, in a storm, coming out of a storm. And then that's this cycle that we live in, because the Bible says in order to reign with him, we must suffer with him. That becomes important because a lot of times I'm trying to get comfort in the midst of my storm because I'm asking God for deliverance, when the truth is the comfort may be in God allowing you to remain in the storm to begin with. There's comfort in the storm because here's the thing. I know that in the faith today, we have some Jobs out there that Satan wasn't stunting you in this season. And God pointed you out to Satan as he did Job. Have you considered my servant Job? There's nothing like him. He's righteous. God might have pointed you out because I'm going to send them in because I know that they're going to endure. And Satan is going to make a fool out of himself because my servant is going to come through. So we got some Jobs out there. So the comfort in time of trial, remember, Job's largest comfort in a time of trial was crying out to the Lord. Do y'all remember that? The opportunity to cry out to the Lord. Now, around chapter 38, God said, hold on, Job, before you go too far, gird up your loins like a man and answer me this. So finally, please realize that the ability to go to God in times of storm or peace, whatever it is, part of that assurance and comfort he offers is the ability to come to him at all. Welcome again, saints. It is your dearest servant, Brother Pastor Brian Dale. I am asking you right now to go to the description section of this video and click the link for sermondownload.net. We want you to take the next step. You buy devotionals, you buy Bible studies, you buy books from religious leaders, all of these things. We want you to go straight to the source, into the mind of God, which are pastoral sermon notes. That's where these things originate at. So you can see straight into the process and how God deals with us as we deliver our word. These are good for Sunday morning preaching. All you can do is just print and preach. They're ready to go. You can pull them up on any device, smartphone, all the way up to your tablet devices. You can also use them as Bible study content as well. Further, if you lean into that a bit further, we have a 104 sermon package where you can download 104 sermons. And saints, you could turn this into books, devotionals. Our notes are thorough, they're doctrinal, they're theological. We want you to go to sermondownload.net by clicking in the link, the description section of this video. So be it.